Wish you a very good afternoon, everyone. Let me start by telling you a bit about myself. I am Ragini Patil. Today, I deliver a seminar presentation on the topic virtualization in cloud computing under the guidance of Assistant Professor Shuraj Patil sir. These are the content of my seminar. Let us move to know briefly one by one. What is meant by cloud computing? The name cloud computing was inspired by the cloud symbol that's often used to represent the internet, and it is a general term for anything that involves delivering a hosted services over the internet. Here many questions arises before cloud computing, which are the problems we are facing and why we actually need a cloud computing. Let us understand by taking an example. See, you want to host a one website and see there is no cloud computing right now. How would you do that? First, you had to buy a stack of servers, right? You need a many servers to host a website. And after that, you have to keep a peak traffic in mind. What is a peak traffic? Basically, peak traffic is comes for short duration, and you need to manage traffic. To manage a traffic, you need to buy a more servers, and you continuously monitor and maintain the services so that your website is upgrading. These are the setup if you are hosted one website before cloud computing. See what are the disadvantages. This setup is very expensive because you are buying a many servers by own, spending more money on server only. The troubleshooting problems can be tedious and may conflict with our business goals since the traffic is varying and your servers will be ideal most of the times. The cloud computing can be simply put as a running program over the internet instead of our local computer. Second one, storing data over the internet instead of your local computer hard disk. Third one, renting resources available over the internet rather than buying them on our own. When you being doing all the operation on over the internet, your cost will start coming down because you don't have to buy anything which can be rented. For example, if you want large amount of storage space for only short term, you can rent storage space on cloud rather than buying a new hard disk. You can rent anything right from hardware, software, human resources and business solution. And using a cloud computing, users are able to access a software and applications from whatever they need. Now, let's see the brief introduction about virtualization. It is a process of using a software on a physical machine to create a virtual machine. We use a virtualization every day because we access the cloud and cloud services. Today's computer have tons of processing power, CPU, fast RAM, tons of storage capacity. Virtualization helps to solve the problem underutilized resources by creating a virtualization layer between hardware component and users. This enables a creation of virtual machine, which are a virtual computer that can be run in a single host computer. Let us see what is the concept behind the virtualization. The virtualization layer create a virtual hardware component for virtual machine. It is called as a VM, and many virtual machines can be create a single host computer, and the virtual machines are referred to as a guest machine. Next one, hypervisor. The hypervisor is the key to enabling virtualization, and it's a software installed on the top of computer hardware, and it is also help to creating the virtualization layer, and it is also acting as a platform from the virtual machine to be created on, and it also manages the sharing of physical resources into the virtual. Now move to the architecture of virtualization. In this image, the computer is running two virtual machines, VM1 and VM2. There are two types of hypervisor. Type 1 hypervisor is called as a bare metal hypervisor, and it has its own operating system, and it can be installed directly on the computer hardware, and it is also increases the virtualization layer on top of which the virtual machine is created. See, The second type of virtualization is known as a hosted hypervisor. In this type, the hypervisor is a software application and it is installed on the top of the host operating system. So you have a computer hardware and you have a already host like a window linux. Before virtualization, we all know a situation where you have a particular operating system running on a particular computer and your application on it. When you talk about from a business perspective, what happens? You have a huge amount of infrastructure or maybe a n numbers of servers connected together or the application running top of it, and on that we done a various application. Now there are two possibilities in this. We are using a only 10% of this particular server or the capacity that you have. Say for example, my application requires only this much computation space and this much amount of total storage size or whatever. In that case, what happens? Remaining size that is allocated to a particular server and compute capacity that you have goes waste because an application isn't using to the full capacity or that actually not required to be used, so that the remaining space total waste it is not to be used. So we can use or utilize this space better. Yes, we can do by using a virtualization. By using a virtualization, you can actually eliminate this problem of resource management and all those things. So let us try discuss more about virtualization. Well, when we talk about a particular type of virtualization, what happens? You have a particular machine or a particular resource that gets replicated or virtualized into a particular system or maybe even operating system. Virtualization is nothing the ability to create a virtual version of a particular server. Now we see how virtualization works. Virtualization in cloud computing is a process in which the use of cloud shares the data present in the cloud, which can be application, software, etc. And it provides a virtual environment in the cloud, which can be software, hardware, or any other things. In virtualization, the server and the software application which are required by the cloud provider. Now, next we see the type of virtualization. These are the types of virtualization. First one, hardware virtualization, operating system virtualization, server virtualization, storage virtualization. First we see hardware virtualization. It is a creation of virtual version of a computer and operating system and it is directly installed on the hardware system. In traditional architecture, physical computing environment software such as the operating system or enterprise application has direct access to the underlying computer and the hardware component including the process, memory, storage, OS and driver vision. The posted measures headache for software configuration and made it difficult to move software on a different hardware, such as a restoring backup after fault. Now we see in virtual architecture. The hardware virtualization installs a hypervisor which creates an abstraction layer between the software and the underlying hardware. Here, hypervisor controls the procedure memory and other components by allowing a several different OS to run on a same machine without the need of a source code. Next, we see operating system virtualization. In this virtualization, a user installs the virtualization software in the operating system of a system like any other programs and utilize this application to operate and generate various virtual machines and is mainly used for testing the application on a different platform of operating system. Here, see the virtualization software allows direct access to any of the created the virtual machines to the users, as the host OS can provide hardware device with monetary support. The operating system virtualization may affect compatibility issues of hardware even when the hardware drivers is not allocated to the virtualization software, and the virtualization software is able to convert hardware IT resources which requires unique software for application into a virtualized IT resources, as the host OS is a complete OS itself. Many OS based services are available is commonly called as a guest OS. Next, we will see server virtualization. Server virtualization is a process that create and abstract multiple virtual instances on a single server. The server virtualization involves a partitioning a physical server into a number of small virtual servers with the help of virtualization software. In server virtualization, each virtual server runs multiple operating system instances at the same time, and the server virtualization is the process of using a software on a physical server to create a multiple portion or a virtual instance, each capable of running independently, whereas on a single dedicated server the entire machine has only one instance of an operating system. Let us move to the next topic, storage virtualization. Storage virtualization is implemented by using a software application, and it runs on a multiple storage device and makes them appear as if there are a single storage pool. Greatly it increases efficiency and manageability, and the storage virtualization creates a layer of abstraction between the operating system and the physical disk used for data storage, and it is mainly done for backup and recovery purposes. Let us move to the what are the advantages of virtualization. First one, it is a cheaper because virtualization doesn't require actual hardware component to be used or installed. IT infrastructure find it to be a cheaper system to implement, and there is no longer a need to be dedicate large areas of space and huge monetary investment to create on-site resources. Second one, it reduces a workload. Most virtualization provides automatically update their hardware and software that will be utilized instead of sending people to do these update locally. They are installed by the third party provider, and next one, it allows a faster deployment of resources, and next one, it promotes a digital entrepreneurship. Before virtualization occurred on a large scale, digital entrepreneurship was virtually impossible for the average person thanks to the various platforms, servers, and the storage devices that are available today. Next one, it provides energy saving for most individual and corporation. Virtualization is an energy sufficient system because there aren't local hardware or software options being utilized. Energy consumption rates can be lowered instead of paying for the cooling cost of data enter and the operational cost of equipment. Next, we will move to the disadvantages of virtualization. Following are the disadvantages of virtualization. First one, it can have a high cost of implementation. The cost for the average individual or a business when a virtualization is being considered will be a quite low. And second one, it still has a limitation. Not every application or a server is going to work within an environment of virtualization. That means an individual or a corporation may require a hybrid system to function properly. Next one, it creates a security risk. Information is our modern currency. If you have it, you can make money. If you don't have it, you will be ignored because the data is crucial to the success of a business. it is targeted frequently. Next one, it creates a availability issue. The primary concern that many have with virtualization is what will happen to their work should their assets not be available. And next one, it creates a scalability issue. Although you can grow a business or opportunity quickly because virtualization, you may not be able to become a large you are liked. You may also require to be larger than you want to be the first starting out because many entities share the same resources. Growth create a lag within a virtualization network. Next we will move to the conclusion. Mainly, virtualization means running a multiple operating system on a single machine but sharing all the hardware resources, and it helps us to provide the pool of IT resources. Thanks for watching.